Hey, what's up, guys? This is Efren for the Wake Up Agency, also the Wake Up Podcast. Well, guys, now you're tuned in. We're going to wake you up with some new good news. So today we got the Crestview Flooring Inc. We got the host, Hugo, as the owner of the Crestview Inc., the sales director as Ernesto, and they're going to talk about their business and how everything's directed and how can you improve your flooring, your situation, and why do you need these type of floors. So, guys, check it out. We have more coming in.
So, Hugo, what do you do for business?
We sell floors, so laminate, carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl is the thing right now. We also do installations.
So tell me about what's the difference about the floor, with the laminate floor, the vinyl, and all that stuff. What's the main difference in each of them?
Laminate will be a little bit more cost effective. It's a little bit more durable. The downside to that, it's not waterproof. They are coming out with new hardwood or laminate floors that are waterproof. They're still new things, so we're still uncertain on what it can really do.
Okay. So let's say I'm a customer. So if I'm looking for a floor, I have a bunch of kids and they're always running around, what would you recommend and why would you recommend that?
We would recommend luxury vinyl planks. That's waterproof. It's 100% waterproof. It's more durable. It's safe for kids, safe for dogs. You can put it in everywhere. You can put it in bathrooms. You can put it in kitchens. You can put it in the living room, hallways, stairs. It makes it something that you can put all throughout without having to do too many different kinds of floors. Keep it all the same.
Okay. What about you, Ernesto? What do you think? Like, whenever the customer asks you that, what do you think about that? What do you always recommend? Like, should they get... Now, like, another question, too. So, a lot of people are always considering flooring or a carpet. What do you recommend? Flooring or carpet?
Well, it's just gonna depend on what they prefer. Usually, customers in their homes, they don't want to step on cold, so they go with carpet on the bedrooms. But all the rest of the house, we always recommend a waterproof floor in case there's any spills or, sometimes they have little parties or stuff like that. They spill it, and they forget to clean it because they're a little bit tipsy. They can clean it up the next day. There's no issue with it.
Okay. So these waterproof ones, do you recommend them? Are they really like waterproof or they're just like another way to sell flooring?
No, they're completely waterproof. Like I tell the customers every time I step in there, and I present myself, and I tell them when they ask me if they go with laminate or they go with luxury vinyl. I always recommend luxury vinyl, of course. If they, like I told you, if they spill water, they can clean it up. Any issue like when they have damage by let's say either refrigerator or dishwasher, their insurance is going to cover it, but you can still, if it's not major damage, you can still use a luxury vinyl.
Okay. So what do you think about the luxury vinyl? Is it good? Do you think, in your perspective?
So, I would say it's still decently. It's still pretty good, pretty new technologies, that they've been implementing. Back in the day, the material that they used to use wasn't as good, but they've been perfecting it over time. So I would say still not
100%
where it should be, but it's still gonna. I'll still say is the best thing to get right now if you're looking to get something that's durable, waterproof, performance for families with kids, pets. I'll still say it's a good option to have.
So it's still a good option. Like you say, like, okay, I'll definitely do it. Like if I have the budget, I have the money for it. Do you recommend getting it?
Well, it's gonna be a little bit more cost effective too. If you're looking to go with hardwood is always gonna be more expensive. The wood itself is gonna be more expensive. It's gonna be more maintenance. It's still gonna be the real thing, but it'll also come with the price. With luxury vinyl, you can they can make it look like hardwoods, but you're getting it in a plastic.
Okay. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever used it personally?
Well,
like
yeah.
in your house and stuff like that, or even just using it here at this.
We have it in our office right now. You're stepping on it.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Man, I don't know where park it.
Yeah, we have. I helped install it too. So yeah.
No, that's pretty cool.
This is one of the things that we do. We kind of put it in our showroom so we can test it too, test the durability. It does, scratch up just like anything else. It's not going to be scratch proof. it does tend to do better. We slide everything around to try to test it, to try to see how durable it is, and it's been pretty good.
And it just depends on how much you weight in it. So if you, let's say, if you drag a couch, you know that it's not that heavy. You know, we lift the couches before. It's not gonna scratch. But if you drag one of those couches that is gonna have like solid wood in it, you gotta be careful with it. I always recommend putting felt pads underneath or stuff like that to protect it.
Oh, okay. So you always recommend the little pads that they have in the bottom? Because I know a lot of people they don't know about it, so it's always good to have those little pads too.
Yes.
Whether you're going with hardwoods, luxury vinyl, laminate, you always want to put that on there, you know, to protect the floors anyways. Anything that's sharp, anything that you move around a lot, like, you know, chairs, stuff that moves around over time is gonna take some damage.
Okay.
Moving it around back and forth a couple times, it's not gonna do much, but over time, back and forth, you know,
it's like a common use. Like if you use it all the time, of course,
it's gonna have some.
A lot of people that have their office at home that they want this type of floor, they always buy those protective pads because they're rolling in and out, which you can also, you know, make a little dent on.
Oh, okay.
But they have these wheels coverings that they started doing, so you don't have to purchase those big squares of plastic.
So my other question too, we just mentioned about the office. So I have an office, and right now I have tile, but later on in the future, I'm trying to get something like this. What would you recommend? Like something not to scratch, something that's gonna last forever. I know the budget is gonna be high, but
it does, more than anything, it does depend on the budget that you have, the appearance that you're trying to get. Because there's carpet tiles that we sell right now. They're pretty good also if you're trying to keep it quiet. The thing with the luxury floor or any kind of hard surface, it's gonna be flat. It's gonna be easy to roll everything, but you're gonna hear a little bit more echo. It's gonna be a little bit louder.
Okay.
Than if you go with the carpet tile. Carpet tiles, you know, they're pretty good for office space. We chose to go with the luxury vinyl because we wanted to test it first. Also, we wanted to be able to show what it can do and can't do. If it's a big building, you might want to go with something like a glue down LVT. You know, there's different options. This is going to be a floating option. It's good for small areas.
So that's my other question. Now you just asking to explain a little bit more. So what's the difference about a glue and an air, or the one that you said the flooring? Yeah, what's the difference about those two?
The floating is it already comes with the attached pad, so you don't have to put anything underneath. It's just a click in place. You know, it's easy install, easier. When you're doing a glue down, that's considered more commercial, bigger commercial. You want to have that glue down because you want it to attach to the floor. Because there's going to be more movement, more traffic, more all of that. So
more walking around, people are going to be stepping on it, more of a use. Okay.
So it's going to be more of a durable, solid installation because it's going to be glued down to the concrete, which will just make it better for commercial use.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What about you, Ernesto? What do you have any thoughts about this? Like, have you done any commercial, any just more like house stuff, or I know you've been explaining a lot to customers, like what's the difference about it, right?
Yeah, but mostly when we do when I do estimates in the commercial area, he goes with me because, you know, I have since he started maybe a year and 8 months with him that I've been in the industry, but I'm a quick learner. So when it comes to commercial, I always tell him to come with me so I can learn on that, how to install that one as well. When it comes to residential, that's where it's easier for me to explain.
Okay.
You know?
No, that's pretty cool. What have you learned so far from working here?
That when it comes to floors, even though it might seem a little expensive, you got to think it's something that is going to last you. It's something that is going to add value to your property. You know, of course, like he was saying, with solid wood, it might be a little bit more expensive, but it's going to add more value. So this is something that is going to be in your home that you're going to be looking at every day that you're going to like. You know, that's how we talk to
So you kind of see it more as an investment. It's gonna get you like an ROI. It's gonna return that investment.
Yes.
Okay. So you get your good ROI. So, let's say like me, because I'm trying to get into real estate now. So if I buy a house and all that stuff, what would you recommend that a floor that would give it more value? What type of floor would you say?
Hardwood would definitely give it more value.
So that would be good for like the real estate agents or investors that want to get into that more of a hardwood. I know it might be a little costly, but you think that will skyrocket the value?
I would say it does add more value to it, you know, in the long run. But I've noticed a lot of people that are getting into real estate, flipping houses and all that stuff, they actually go with, you know, vinyl. luxury vinyl. It's more cost effective, but it's going to give it the look that they want, you know, without going over budget.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be, you know, one thing that's a good option. Also, when new buyers coming in, they look at the new floors, you know, they think it's hardwood, even though it's not, because that's how realistic it looks. That you're not gonna see the difference.
You don't see the difference
unless you get on your knees and go start hitting on it.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing
Just
that. That's too much.
Which a lot of people don't do, you know. So
We're like, I'm just gonna hire Hugo. I'm just gonna hire Ernesto to do this. It's too much for me. No, but yeah, it's understandable. What tips do you recommend to people? Like if they're looking for floors, what type of stuff do you recommend? Like, what type of tips or what type of things they should look at a house or what they should think about?
There's a couple questions we ask a customer, you know. Is it your forever home? Is it a home that you're going to be here for 5 years? Is it a home that you're going to be here for 10 years? Is it a home that you're going to be here for 2 years? It all going to depend on which type of home it's going to be.
Oh, okay. So let's start with the first question. What would you say?
The one that's going to be forever home? The second question would be, you know, is it gonna? Are you more interested in a solid wood, or are you more interested in a vinyl? What do you have pets? How many pets do you have? Do you have kids? You know, do you have elderly that you need to help across? You know, and then we would look at the house, how it's built, and see how it'd be more convenient for them. Most of the time, we recommend the luxury vinyl. Always for cost effectiveness, because like he said, it's waterproof, you know, scratch resistant, all that.
Okay. So you kind of educate the customer too. You educate them with the pro process. You're not trying to say like, hey, you know, get the most expensive one. It's gonna help you. You don't tell them that.
No.
So you kind of educate them with like, hey, what are you looking for? Are you planning to get this? Are you trying to go cheap? Are you trying to go high? You tell them what's the reasons and what's the perks of it, of course. And let's say for an example, for me, I call you. You're like, hey, you know, I'm looking for like the best of the best, but I want it to look nice. What would you say? Would you try to sell me the best of the best, or you'll like try to educate me through the process? Like, you know what?
So even at the best of the best, we have options. We have the best of the best laminates that are waterproof. We have the best of the best luxury vinyls, which are going to be the thicker ones, better quality, of course. Or we have the hardwoods.
Okay.
Bamboos, you know, all that stuff is going to be. We actually have.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Best of the best for everything. We also have entry level for everything. You know, we have, you know, cost effective hardwoods, all the way up to expensive hardwoods. We have on the luxury vinyl, you know, the cost effective luxury vinyls and the more expensive hardwoods. So it just depends on every customer's budget, and we try to give you the options too, different options of hardwood, different options of laminates, different options of luxury vinyls, carpets, so that you can make an educated decision on what you want to go with based on what you're looking, what your budget is.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't know there was bamboo ones. That's something insane. But that's pretty cool. If you say, let's say I want to get the bamboo one, would you be having it in stock? And if you don't, can you order it in any way, any situation like that?
A lot of the materials we have at the moment, we have to special order them. A lot of the companies that we have are pretty quick on getting the material.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, we can get it in a few days, sometimes in less than a week. So it makes it to where we don't really have to stock it. We do have some in stock, but it's stuff that sells a lot more, like luxury vinyl. But we try not to stock everything just because we're still a small company. We're still trying to figure out the best options to go with. So
that's pretty good. What are the tips do you recommend to the people? Like, what are the tips do you tell people? Like, hey, you know what? Get this. I recommend getting this.
One thing that I always recommend the customer, even that, you know, that I've seen is, even if you don't go with me, do your research. You don't want to just get into a company and then they're not going to inform you well on what you're buying. They're, you know, ask them questions, look for more different floorings. If you want something wood, but you don't want to spend that much, look into engineered wood. If you don't want to, you know, if you want laminate but you want waterproof, look into the waterproof laminate. There is such things as that. Always do more research.
So you prefer to educate the customer, like give them options and stuff like that.
I want them to know who I am, you know, before before selling them on something.
Yeah.
One of the things that we have done over the time that we've been doing this is we've been able to figure out what materials are good qualities. So the materials that we have here are actually materials that we trust, that we've been installing. It makes it difficult when we don't know a certain product because we don't know the background. But the materials that we saw here, we've been testing them, we've been installing them. We know what they can do and can't do. So it's one of the good things about getting a company that's going to take care of a customer, because we have tested materials for a long time to see what's going to be good and what's not. It's not always a good thing to go based on the price, where it's too cheap or too expensive. No, it's better to go on the track record of how it, how it's able to how much it's able to last, how good the material is. It makes it a better decision, I guess.
What is the material made of? Is it low VOC? Is it high VOC? Is it approved by California? Is it not approved by California? All that type of information.
What's that low VOC you just said right now?
Low VOC?
Low VOC, yeah. So for some people that would know. I don't know.
Low VOC, that's actually the I can't think of it at the top of my head, but it's the chemicals that it actually releases over time.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about something like some chemicals like that.
Yeah, we try to focus on material that's going to be green, good for the environment. So a lot of the materials that we sell are going to be low VOC, to where they don't release a lot of bad chemicals over time. Because like anything, even a new car, it's really releasing chemicals that you don't really know.
Yeah, everything has some type of chemicals.
Everything has. So we try to get materials that are going to be the least,
That's good. That's good.
On a lot of those chemicals.
So you guys seem pretty educated on the flooring and everything. You kind of know how to educate the customer too and tell them like what's the difference and what's not. So you don't really recommend somebody to get the high brand or the high price. You'll recommend more like, okay, try to learn from it, educate yourself a little bit more into it.
Yeah.
What can I get this information from? Can I get it from your website or somewhere else or Google?
A lot of the material that we have, we're actually, some of the material that we're selling, there's some websites like Floor Critics and other websites that actually talk about the materials. We have a lot of information in our website too about the materials. Everywhere you go online, you can do research on the type of materials, the things to stay away from, and a lot of the times you might even find our own product on some of those websites that they talk about, how to get the best product. Some of our products are going to come on there just because it's what's the best options to get.
Okay. So you said that your products might be up there, one of the like reviews and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Are you planning to be educating people like this on videos too, about telling about the stuff that you just said?
Yeah.
Educating them about the difference about the expensive ones, the intermediate ones, and all that stuff. Like, are you guys planning to educate people like that?
Yes, that's definitely the plan that we're shooting for. We're not really, good at this, being a podcast or on video, but we're trying to work and show customers, educate them before they make a purchase on what's the best route to go with.
Because for me, I'm a huge believer. Like, I know I've been in sales too. I'm a huge believer in sales and everything. I believe on that. But everybody in sales always has a common problem. They just want to sell. They don't communicate. They don't engage with them. They don't educate them. Like, he educated me right now. And remember, look, we're going to tell a true story right now. I'm going to tell you a true story. So I was going through, I was planning to get some flooring, and he's good what he does. I'm going to give him that. He's good what he does. He was talking to me. He was engaging with me. He was making sure if I was still looking around, if I wasn't or not. And I told him, for me, I'm always curious. I'm a curious person. I'm always asking. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? How do I know this? Or how can I get somebody to install this? So I kept asking him a bunch of questions, and he responded pretty good on all the questions too. So I was pretty interested. I was like, man, should I just do it? But you know what? It's the budget sometimes. You don't understand. But you know what? He was good what he does. He educated me. And the way that I figured out, like, you know what? This is good information. Now that I know, whenever I'm interested in flooring or want to know a little bit more about them, I can go to somebody. I can refer him to somebody. He was like, you know what? Go talk to my friend. He's really educated. He knows what he's doing. He knows about his flooring. And education, I think, is going to be the key of success, if anything. Education is the key to success, and it turns a success is going to turn to a sell in the end.
Yeah. That's one thing that we strive on. We educating the customer. We don't really like to be pushy with our customers. We don't want to be like, oh, you need to buy from us because we gave you the information. No, we give you the information. You decide what to do with it. If you decide to come with us, good. If you don't, if you could find somewhere else where you can get a better deal, as long as you have the information, that's what really makes our day. For you to know that you made the best decision on the material that you're getting. And for us, that we know we educated every customer to be able to go in and get something that's going to
make
work.
the right decision
for
their home.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's going to be their home. They're the ones going to be living there. I'd rather you be happy than me just get a sale.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good that you guys have a system like that in educating the customer, because in the end, that customer might not be a customer at the moment, but it's going to refer to somebody. Like I'm gonna refer him some people too. Whenever there's like, hey, you know what, I'm looking for, I got my buddy. He's pretty educated. He educated me on a lot of stuff. I didn't get flooring with him, unfortunately, because we had a different deal. Like my father-in-law told me, like, I got it. Like, all right, whatever. It was like,
and it's fine. At least you asked the right questions.
Yeah.
At least you got the right information.
Yeah.
And that's
And that's that information that you gave me also got me educated. What type of flooring should I get? What type of stuff should I get? So I didn't pay no labor for it. He just told me buy the stuff and I'll put it on for you. Oh, that's perfect.
That's great. That's great. You can't beat that. We're in California where prices are high, so we gotta get. I understand.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna be like that. It's gonna be asking questions. But the way that he educated me, now I know I feel comfortable referring to him. I feel comfortable sending him people. So that's a big, like a huge progress for your business too. I believe on that. What other stuff can I talk about? What made you open this? What was your whole focus on like flooring?
I was actually a flooring installer. My dad was doing flooring for all his life. I started.
I remember you started
in
high school, no?
And when I was in high school,
Because I met you in high school. What was high school or middle school?
I used to go on my days off, vacation, all those times. I started, I think, when I was 14. 14, 15, I started going with my dad. I started learning everything. I fell in love with this business because I saw the transformation. I saw customers that were, happy with the end results. And that made my day. That made everybody's day, I'm pretty sure. One of the things that my dad told me, he always told me not to do this for a living because it's hard, hard labor.
Yeah.
It's, his knees were going bad, his back was going bad. But I enjoyed doing flooring. I liked doing flooring. That I was like, how can I still do this without having to do it? So that's how I started building the company. Started focusing on selling material, being able to get my teams that can do the install so that I wouldn't have to do it, but still be part of it. Where I can still see my customers that are happy with the end result. I'm still part of all that. I still show up to the job sites if I need to. Sometimes to help my teams, I go out there and do the installs. Not all the time, but
okay. So you're not like you're not these entrepreneurs to be like, I'm not touching anything no more. I'm doing it. I'm letting people do it myself.
I still get dirty if I have to. If I don't have to, most of the time we're able to keep the teams on, going on their own.
Is it true?
Yeah, I seen him. I seen him work like long day still, like from 5 o'clock in the morning till like late at night, so for him to be able to get the job done and correctly.
That's good. That's good that you still enjoying it. You have that love for it.
I do.
You have that passion for it. That's good. That's you have that passion, because a lot of business owners don't have that passion for it. Even though they have the business, they don't have the passion for it.
We have the passion. We have the pride. We just love this. Me personally, I love this type of business. It's been able to help me with a lot of the things that I've been wanting to do. Helping customers, one of my best things. There's a lot of companies out there that don't educate customers. They just sell them whatever they want to sell them, and then there's problems, and then now the customer's not happy. Mm-hmm. We try to minimize all that stuff, so at the end of the day, the customer's going to be 100% happy, and is going to be able to have that floor for many years to come.
That's good. That's good. What do you think about the old type of generation of selling? Because I know the old generation was pushy.
A lot of them were pushy. I actually had some sales reps in here that kind of had that, so I had to get rid of them.
Okay.
Because I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like pushy people. You know, I like, for us, you know, the way we work with Ernesto, to be able to educate people, give them the information that they need. If it's something that they're interested in, they're going to buy from us. They're going to go with us. If it's something that they're not looking forward to, I mean, we don't really push people to do anything. You know, at the end of the day, it's more of giving the information, and hopefully, you know, we can make something good here.
That's good. That's good. What about you? What do you think? What's your thoughts about selling?
Me, well, he knows. You know, I'm gonna be honest. You know, he knows I never like selling because I work for a jewelry place, and it's just, you know, he knows I never liked selling. I told him I didn't want. He's been asking me to work for him for a long time too, and I've been asked to work for dealerships because I know how to sell, but I never like to sell something that is gonna devalue it. And so he explained to me how the floor works, how it is. Instead of, you know, taking devaluating, it adds value. That's when I started understanding that this is a profession that I wanted to get into, because I don't like selling you something that you're gonna lose value in.
Yeah.
I want you to make more. And I told him it's more of my personal feeling that I don't want that type of selling. I don't like being a pushy seller.
You don't like to have that guilt in the end.
Exactly.
You don't want to have that guilt and be like, man, I ripped them off or whatever situation.
And I've been offered sell jobs at different places, but I just don't like it because it devalues.
Yeah.
But with him, he told me, no, this is how it works. Is, you know, it's just gonna have value, it's gonna look nice, and so, you know, that's how I started working with him. And every time I go into a house, I check the floor. If it's a solid wood, sometimes they ask me, hey, do you recommend to sand this? And then I just check everything. I either tell them, yeah, go ahead and sand it. It would be a little bit more cost effective, or it would be more cost effective to you know, replace it.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm the same way too. I was in sales and I hated it. I hated it with the passion.
You understand me about
I hated it. I thought it was like a whole pyramid scheme and everything. I just hated it with the passion. Like, it was like, I hate it. But the thing, I didn't know about it. I didn't know how it worked. There's some different. I was thinking about the old generation of sales. Like, it's just pushy. Like, now I learned that I was like, okay, you know what, sales, it can benefit you, but there's a different way to do it. Yeah. Like, just educate the customer, make them feel comfortable, because it's something that you want to know. Like, the customer wants to know what they're buying, what they're purchasing, how can it benefit, and why would it benefit? Why do they need this product? So that's always been me, that like I want to educate, and I've always been since I started my career, I've always wanted to be education. I just never wanted to be in sales. But I never wanted to be in sales.
And you know, mostly what I've seen with the customers is they want somebody to trust in.
Yeah.
They want to trust you that you're gonna do good for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. You know, I like
a friendship, a relationship, and engagement.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you want to build that relationship. That's my thought has always been like that. I want to build a relationship instead of like a quick buck. A quick buck's gonna go quick. That's the point. It's a quick buck. It just goes quick.
Yeah, it just goes quick.
And if you have a long-term relationship with the customer, long-term sales with the customer, it doesn't matter how much you charge them. They'll still come and pay you no matter what, because now you have a friendship. You have a good friendship together. Now they feel comfortable. They value you. They're not gonna be like, oh, you know what, that's too expensive. They understand you now. They understand that.
We had a few returning customers.
Yeah.
You know, we had one customer that had her house in Truckee, and then she came down here. We did her house in around the Arden area, I believe, and then we did her office building around the Cal Expo area.
Oh, okay.
So we have returning customers.
So you have returning customers coming by all the time. That's the best part. That's the best part. And I know Hugo is like, if I've seen your reviews earlier and everybody engages with you, everybody knows you, like, they don't see you as like, oh, some guy Hugo. They look at you like, hey, well, I want to talk to Hugo. So that's the building a relationship with the customer.
Yeah.
So you're growing your customer too.
That's definitely one of the things that we try to push, you know, doing good service, because we always get good reviews. You know, they always talk about me, you know, they always talk about my team, you know, my sales reps, my installers. So it makes new customers coming on get to know us through reviews. You know, a lot of times they call in, they ask for, they know who to ask for, you know, because they see it on the reviews. Sometimes actually we had some customers ask if Hugo was going to be doing the install.
Oh yeah.
You know, he actually had to tell him, well, he's the owner. He's not. He'll stop by, but he probably won't be here.
Yeah. But you see how they look at you now. They look at you like more a celebrity. So it's called self-branding. That's a different thing called self-branding. So now they see you like a celebrity, a person up there. So they want to meet who you are. They want to meet the legendary Hugo. And you can do the same too.
Yeah.
Later on, they want to meet the legendary Ernesto.
And it makes you feel good, and it makes you strive for doing the same thing and more and better the next time. Because customers are asking for you. Customers are asking, are you gonna come and say hello at least? You know, and you want to go, but sometimes you're really busy with different customers, and it makes it difficult. But it makes you feel happy they're doing a good job.
Actually, just the other day, I had a customer that was trying to meet me. She came over 4 times, and I was never here because I was just running around doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we actually started the project, I decided to go and stop by, you know, so that we can meet. And she was so happy that I showed up. She told me that she even called her mom saying that she had met the owner, you know, and she was just so happy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It feels like from us, I think we never had that type of experience in the end. We never had that type of experience. Like, man, they're gonna value us, or I'm gonna feel special, or somebody's gonna know my name or anything like that. Like, you feel special in that situation. I was like, damn, I never had this. Ernesto's gonna get it later.
Yeah, I get it. Like this past customer, I couldn't go, but she stays over there in the Nevada City area, and she really wanted me to go because from the first time, like, was it like maybe a year ago that she did her first project? We did her house partially, and then she continued it, and then she finished it. And she wanted me to go out there to say hello at least, but I was a little bit busy, so I couldn't go.
I think we did like 3 times. She told us like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times.
Different parts of her house. She has a huge house, so she couldn't do it all once because she lives there. But it was we were happy that she always kept calling us back, you know, to continue and do the rest. When there's a lot of other companies out there, you know, that can provide the same service, but she just liked the fact that we offer a lot of knowledge to her. We, you know, taught her a lot along the way. We were always responsible. We were always there, you know. It was a far drive. She said one of the reasons why she didn't go with other companies and she went with us is because we didn't complain about the drive because it was far out. And a lot of people will complain when they showed up, oh, it's too far, you know, I'm over here in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. And we never said that. We actually, what came out of our mouths was like, you know, this was a beautiful drive. This is a beautiful view. Good way to get out of the city, you know.
Take that stress of all the traffic and all that. Yeah. You know, you like driving in, you know, like a stroll
somewhere
through.
Different,
right? Trees and all that. It just, you're like, this is so nice.
Yeah, compared to Sacramento, I just sit in Sacramento City and we do see trees, but it's not like the same.
It's not the same.
We see buildings and everything. It's just like, I don't know, it's different. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But that's good. They value you, they see you, and they notice they like you. Like, she felt happy about it. You guys helped her out. You guys engaged with her. That gives you more value, right?
She actually went through the reviews. She went through our website. She just automatically knew that we were the company. Ever since that first call, which it was me, the answer to the first call, the way I talked to her at the beginning, she just liked that, and all the knowledge that I gave her on that first call, you know, told her everything about. She actually didn't know about luxury vinyl. She wanted something. She didn't know what she wanted. She just wanted something.
That's the thing, because a lot of people are not fully educated. Yeah, and that's something that you can be educating people too. Yeah. Like showing them and showing them how it works and what it is, what's the difference. I think in videos is perfect. What do you think? Like in videos, if you educate people through video, instead of repeating it all the time, you can just show it in the videos. Like, hey, look, check out my YouTube. We're talking about different vinyls. Because in the end, we're all learning from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And nobody, it is, I still read, but once in a big while. But when do you see more, do you rather read or you rather be on YouTube?
I'd rather be in some kind of videos, you know.
Videos, because I mean, like, even when you go to the movies, whatever movie it is, you know, they have books too. You're like, I'm gonna watch the movie because I want to read, right?
Even books right now, you know, they have audio.
The audiobooks,
you know, I prefer to get those than reading an actual book. Yeah, it's just a lot easier, you know. Yeah, but as long as you get the knowledge, as long as you get what you're looking for, I think that's the best, you know, way. So we're trying to go with different options to see what we feel more comfortable with, you know, because at the end of the day, we want to be able to feel comfortable so we can give you or any of the listeners, you know, information.
Okay. No, that's good. Do you think that these type of podcasts, these videos will be different from other people? Are you going to be unique from other businesses? Let's say an example, flooring companies. I know flooring companies don't really advertise and videos or anything like that. Do you think that you might be able to be the change?
Well, that's our point. That's our plan. Hopefully, we can make something happen, something different. But yeah, we're planning on doing different things, different ways, to get the word out and make something of it.
That's good. Another thing, I know there's so many competition out there. There's so many different companies. What makes you different from your company and a different company?
I would say the customer service, more than anything.
Customer service?
Customer service.
What's wrong with the customer service?
Well, I've been to.
I already have a few ideas why.
Yeah,
it's so different. I want to see your perspective. See if you can.
I've worked. I've done hundreds of estimates now for the time that I've been here.
Yeah.
And every time, even if the customer doesn't go with us, they still call in. Hey, Ernesto was wonderful. Unfortunately, we already had something planned or something else, But he was wonderful. He had good customer service. That's the main thing we're different in.
Okay.
We are competitive in pricing, but our customer service, we try and strive to get it better than everybody else.
Yeah. No, that's good because in every business, are lacking communication. The lack of customer support. Their lack of always communication. Period. Like any type of communication, they're lack of everything. And I think communication is the key for anything.
Communication's key.
Like for me, communicating, I'll know what you like, what type of color you like, what car you like, what food do you like. If I don't have no communication, you're not gonna know anything.
It's just you feel stopped if you don't have communication. If you don't have information, you feel like you're gonna be stopped right there.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody opens the doors with communication, you're gonna be able to walk through smoothly.
Yeah, and you feel more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel more comfortable coming in, or just selling to me or anything like that. Just you feels more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. How'd you get your name? How'd you get the Crestview?
It was a kind of unique situation. We actually have to come up with 3 names and see what's available. I was just going based on a few things that I kind of wanted. I wanted something different, so Crestview was the one that was available, and that was something that I was always looking for to get to. It's a little difficult because at the end of the day it's just a name, but you also want to kind of.
You want to brand it out. You want to branch it out. Yeah, branch it out. What was the other logo? Other names? Because everybody that has a business, they always come up with the dumbest names too.
Like
so everybody,
three
so you might have one at least.
The other one was H&M. That's just for the initials. My wife and me. Hugo and Marisol. So I was thinking H&M. Mm-hmm. It was taken, unfortunately. I would have liked that one better because we are partners in this. We're husband and wife. So I wanted to kind of keep it something family related. The other one was Metro Flooring, which was. I think that wasn't available, or maybe it was, but then I think Metro Flooring and then Crestview Flooring were both available, but I decided to go with Crestview Flooring. I think
Crestview Flooring.
Personally,
I think I like it more.
Yeah, I would have went with MSI or H&M.
You thinking about my brand? You thinking about a computer brand or what?
I'm looking at it over here. So H&M because it's just a family thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't available. So the next option was Crestview Flooring.
For me, in my opinion, I never liked that type of name to a business. I looked at it more like you can build your name as a business, but not like just to kind of branch it out like this. Because if let's say an example, one day you want to franchise, you want to corporate out, or you want to sell the business, now you're gonna have your initials there.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. So that's always been like that. I like the crest for sure. The Crestview for sure. What do you think?
Well, I feel it makes it feel more comfortable. Crestview, the name itself,
I think it sounds more premium.
Yeah.
It sounds like a premium business.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what we try to do. We try to be.
Yeah. No, it sounds like a premium business. What else do you think you want to put in the video? What information you want to share to the people?
Oh man. Well, just do your research. Do your research before you do any major purchase, anywhere you're going to spend you're gonna spend a high amount of money, do your research. Whether it is houses, whether it is floors, whether it is cars, whether it is remodeling your home, always do your research. Always research 3 to 4 companies.
3 to 4 companies, yeah.
3 or 4 companies all the time before you decide to sign a contract.
That's good. That's good.
See,
So you recommend people to like search around at least 3 to 4 companies to figure out what's the best deal, what's going on, and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember I was doing solar and I was going through like 10 companies. I was calling everybody. It was like, let me see what's the best deal over here. They're like, hey, this guy's giving me this. This guy's giving me this. Like, let me see my perks.
Well, I wouldn't say it's always best to go with the cheapest, but go with the one that's gonna have the good reviews, good presentation,
that's what I was going to.
good company. Who gives you the who makes you feel more
comfortable
at the end of the day, because you are going to have that company in your house for one day, for a week, so you want to be comfortable at the end of the day, so it's not always about pricing. I wouldn't say go with the most expensive. I want to say go with the cheapest, because you want to find the right company that can
you want
help
to look
you
at the
with your
value
project.
instead of the price.
The value, yes.
The value, because the price it could be anything. The value, it gives it more comfort. It feels more comfortable. The value doesn't matter what price it is. It could be $1, but it has more value. It has more valuable than that. Mm-hmm. So that's what I always looked at it too. More value. Like you're giving more value to the customer. You're providing more information. You're just not providing just random products.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And what else you think? I gotta look at you now. You're the least one talking. You're the least one talking.
Well, always a lot of people, like he was saying, a lot of people hear that saying, more bang for your buck, but it doesn't necessarily mean more for your dollar. It means I would take it more as quality for your dollar.
Mm-hmm. So the value, yeah.
So the value, like we're saying, go with that. That's basically.
No, that's how I look at it too. I look at it more like a value. It's more valuable. What's another topic would be good? How'd you heard about me? Let's talk about that. Cause what made you? What convinced you to say like, I'm gonna give a shot to Efren?
You know, Efren, it's about me, not you. No, I do a lot of research too. Same thing that we tell our customers do research. We do it too. We try to get the best of the best. We're trying to get companies that are gonna help us. Get the word out there. And we've been following you for quite some time. So we've been trying to get you out here so you can help us, and we can, because what we saw is that you try to do the same thing that we're trying to do. You try to teach people. We've learned a lot from you. So that's one of the things that definitely caught my eye, and I was like, I need to get this guy over here.
In every video I see that I see you coming on, I just feel that you're trying to help out people. That you're not just trying to get their money. You're trying to help them out. You're trying to educate them. That's what I saw.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you didn't see like I was just trying to sell. You're seeing like, okay, this Efren's trying to educate. Yeah. He's trying to show like, this is possible.
I feel we connected because we're in the same boat. We're trying to do the same thing, educate people, and at the end of the day, that's what it is. Try to educate people, try to teach them what the good and bad is.
Yeah. Because I know that every salesman, they try to sell you the best. I mean, the worst thing for the best, for the more buck.
Yeah. I used to work with other companies, and I always saw that, man. When I saw that bill, it was the highest I could ever think of. And the material, I was installing it. I knew what it was. Yeah. The customer thought, this is good material because I'm paying X amount of dollars. Yeah. But me as the installer, the contractor in charge of that project, I knew that material, that it was low quality. In my top of my head, I was like, how can people pay for this material? Yeah. So I was like, that's one of the reasons why I also became, who I am and started doing what I do, because I felt customers were getting taken advantage of, selling them top dollar, and it wasn't even what they thought it was. They actually had a lot of callbacks, because that material will fail within a month. And they were expecting, since they paid a lot, they were expecting top quality material, and when they got what they got and it started failing within a month, they were upset. Yeah, because they were like, I can't believe I paid X amount of dollars and I got trash. Yeah. So that's what really pushed me to offer good quality materials at a good price, so that we can be able to keep our word and say you're getting what you paid for.
That's good. That's good. I think we all came from that same type of environment, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel like you couldn't sell something because you feel like you're ripping them off. You already worked as a contractor, so you already knew like they're ripping them off. So let me change it up. They don't have to get ripped off. Let me give them more value. Let me educate them a little bit more what's going on and what's the difference.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, and that's how I started too in IT, because I feel like in IT everybody was like getting ripped off. They're like, oh, they just clicked the button, they just was paid over $150, $200, or whatever it is. And I'm like, dude, like, why are they doing this? Like, every time I would fix someone's computer, they're like, dude, you have all these problems, you have all these issues. What's going on? How much did you pay? I'm like, oh, I paid like $150, $300, $400, whatever it is. And I was like, damn, you paid this much of amount, and I'm only charging you this amount. Like, I think at those times I was charging like $10 because I was barely starting. I was like 10 to $20, or sometimes I would do it for free because I was just trying to learn. I was trying to educate myself. So I was like,
I remember those times. I used to go to you all the time.
Yeah. And now like I raised my prices because people already knew my value too, and they were like, are you charging me this much? You're like, dude, you should be charging this much. Or like I would charge them like, right now it's a big price. I don't want to say. Because I'm gonna have somebody right there like, oh, I heard the Efren did this.
Well, you'll tell us off record, okay?
Yeah. So let's say an example. I would charge a customer like $50 before. Like, you know what, $50, I thought it was hella money. I thought it was a lot of money. And they were like, dude, you only charging me $50? Like, nah, bro, here's $300 or here's $200. You're like, I value your work. Thank you for coming by. I was like, damn. That's when I got surprised. And like, man, like me trying to help people and educate people has improved a lot more than I thought that I was gonna be selling. Selling. Yeah, it's gonna get you somewhere, but it's not gonna really help you because you're not educating the customer. Now, if you're educating the customer, it's going to be a long-term relationship with the customer.
Yes. Yeah. And recommendations from that customer there. I receive phone calls. Hey, I got your phone number to my cell phone because I leave my card and the card has my cell phone number and it also has a company number. But my customers tell their friends call his cell phone number. He answers all the time. I receive phone calls at 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night messages.
Man, I would get calls around 3 in the morning. I was like, what the heck is this guy doing?
and it's it doesn't bother me because it makes me feel good. That I get recommended.
Yeah.
No,
it's a good feeling. Definitely a good feeling. Like I know I talk about a lot of sales because I look at it more like the old generation has messed up the
system for us that they're all pushy and then customers they proceed slowly because they think you're gonna be the same way.
Yeah.
I have people open up doors to me and who are you and this and that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it feels like you're tense. I back up a little bit. Okay, my name is so and so. I'm coming from this company. Mm-hmm. Would you like me to step in your house or not? That's if I feel like they had tension because of past, estimators. Mm-hmm. I before make sure that they're gonna be comfortable with me stepping in there.
Yeah.
Are you okay with me coming in there? Do you want me to take my shoes off because a lot of people don't like their shoes in their floors.
You always gotta be asking like what they prefer and how they feel.
Yeah, and that's when they calm down and they were like, okay, this is a guy that's gonna treat me well.
Yeah.
They let me in slowly, and that's how I walk up to them. That's how they learn I'm into educating and not into selling.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What about you? How'd you start it? How'd you think about that? Like with the customer? How'd you start engaging with customers? So you started like communicating with them by being friends with them as well?
Actually, from actually working from other companies and seeing what the lies that they would tell them, and then they would expect me to do that kind of work that they told them that we would do, and me knowing as a contractor, as an installer, that it was impossible to do. I started realizing and learning that I had to teach customers. I actually had to use a lot of time, while I was at the customer house to explain to them what was going to be done, what could be done, what can't be done, to be able to get the work done professionally. So I started realizing a lot of the sales reps, a lot of the companies out there would just lie their way into a sale. Mm-hmm.
Like the old generation. The old generation sells
being pushy, being selling more than we can really do. We're human.
Over promising.
Over promising a lot.
Like I understand there's over promising, but there's always also over promising that you can't do.
And that's one of the things that we're still trying to figure out how to word it with customers, because sometimes we try to be as straightforward. But we have noticed that some customers don't want to hear reality. You know, so it sometimes it does kind of hurt us in a way because we try to be straightforward, and it just they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've
Sometimes
all
they don't
been,
want to know that. They don't want to know that.
we've all been
truth.
through that pushy customer, as a customer myself, because I also go out there and purchase cars, purchase insurance. You feel that pushiness from people.
Yeah, you
still.
feel it. Yeah,
Like
that's the thing I hate it. That's why I hate it so.
The worst of all that I hate is the lies. Like I don't mind paying the price, but I want the honest truth. If you're telling me you're gonna charge me this much, tell me why you're gonna charge me this much. I don't care. I'm gonna pay because I liked it.
Yeah.
Just the other day we went to get something fixed because we went to the insurance. And what's it called? The guy who helped me, I'm very grateful to him because he told me what was going on with what I purchased, and instead of lying to me and trying to switch me over, he told me what was going on, how it was going to be better, and how much money I was losing, and how much money I was going to be making with him.
So he was educating you. What was your benefit? What was your benefit of you doing this and not doing that? And
exactly.
What's your perk
and
on
it cost me, let's say, $13 more, but I was still happy because it was actually better. Because he was explaining to me what was going on.
Okay. So that's good. He also explained to you like how much you could save, how much it's like was it affordable, wasn't even affordable. That's good. And that's the thing about sales that I've never had. Any other business that I've went to, they always try to sell you. They don't tell you what's the difference, how much you're gonna save or anything like that. What's a company that's always so pushy? Verizon, I think. Verizon's one of the most pushiest one.
The auto dealers.
The
auto dealers, they're just like, you're in there to just take a look at what's there, and then they take you in for like a quick quote, and you're there for like 4 hours and didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I've been trying to leave for the past 3 hours and a half.
I'm like, bro, I'm serious. I'm trying to leave. I'm not trying to buy anything.
And then they bring you their supervisor, and they're their supervisors. No, that's not the way to go,
Yeah. No, that's true. I think it's always been like that. I think the dealerships hasn't changed anything at all. Yeah. And if you've seen, I know there's, I don't know if you ever seen him on Facebook, que se llama El Compa.
Yeah.
You see, that guy's different. And he's a dealership. He's not a dealership, but he sells cars. But he communicates with people. He engages with people. So that's why he's so out there, so big. Because he just changed it up. Instead of being a regular dealership, a dealer salesman, he's doing something different than everybody else.
Well, yeah, well, he's trying to help people. He's not trying. He's not trying to just take your money and drive off the lot. Then the car's $5,000 less or $10,000 less.
Yeah. And I bet you he's explained to you. In the videos, he always explains. It's like, look, you get this car, you only need this much of amount, or you know what? If you don't have this type of amount, I can help you out. If you don't have Social Security, you have the IN or the green card or whatever, all that stuff. They can help you out with all that stuff. So that's pretty cool that he's changing it up too. And you can be that person too, changing it up. Because I think every industry has that image of somebody. Like, for me, like Grant Cardone is one of my image is salesman. Grant Cardone. When I think about salesman, I think about Grant Cardone. What do you think about when you think about flooring? Who's the person that pops up in your mind? Like, who's your mentor?
I actually listen to Grant Cardone a lot too. I at the moment, there's no really, flooring companies that try to focus on teaching a way into selling. So we're still kind of trying to make our own. Mm-hmm. But I do think about other people like that are good at selling or good at teaching, mm-hmm. to be able to kind of use that towards us.
Okay.
And help.
So you kind of get the information you can get and just try to use it.
Try to find the twist to it and make it better, make it mine.
Yeah.
So that we can.
That's good.
Work on it.
What other mentors do you listen to?
I don't have a lot of mentors that I can think of top of my head.
Because I know mentors. Because I know that there's not a lot of industries through almost anything. Like in the cell phone, there's nobody in the. Like a mentors, the cell phone industry, computer industry, there's almost nobody either. Now, like if you really think about it, it's going to be like more motivation, inspirational, sales, communication, So all that stuff, that's what I look up to, and just kind of twist it up on my own version.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at a lot of people. I look at for Ty Lopez. I look at Grant Cardone. I look at Penn June. I look at Gary Vee. It all depends on what I'm looking for, and I get all this information and just kind of twist it up in my own way. Russell Browse. I don't know. It's a bunch of them. Do you listen to any of them?
No, I'll be honest. I don't. You know, because like I told you, I have barely 2 years and 1 year, 8 months or so, and anything I don't understand from flooring, I always ask Hugo. If he doesn't understand, he tells me search it up over here, or on selling. How can I do better? You know, and we're always trying to find the best way for the customer. You know, and we don't get just stuck and then stop. You know, we try. You know, try to look for the best deal. You know, so. Any question? Oh, I'm gonna say who was my mentor.
Who was your mentor?
Who was my mentor?
What's your mentor?
And then if I have a question, I usually ask Ernesto.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's the communication right there.
That's communication. Do you know? No, do you? No.
Yeah. Another thing. What do you think about marketing? Do you think that's gonna focus on your business? Do you think it's gonna grow your business? And what do you think about also? Well, not talk about marketing, but paper marketing, like banners, newspaper. What do you think about that? Is it going out of trend? Is it going out of style?
I think I've been doing some, magazines. I've been doing some paper marketing. I think that's really coming to an end.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like it will.
Well, mostly because the only people that really read newspapers are boomers or, older generations. The newer generations are like, I'm going to say 50 and younger. They're always on their tablet. They're always on their phone. They're always on the computer researching stuff. So I think marketing would be best for in a computer or online.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's good that you have that type of thoughts, because a lot of business owners don't think about that. They still think that newspaper is still in the future. It's still going, it's still working and everything. I think it's already out of it. It's out of style already. Like, a good example. When was the last time you seen a newspaper?
I think what I've seen is newspaper boxes when I drive by the Dollar Tree store.
And there's nothing in there sometimes.
There's still newspapers there, because there's a lot of people that grab them for their, what are those called? The coupons?
Oh yeah.
People still do couponing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm still around that area that I see a lot of people doing that, because it does save you $1 or $2,
But honestly,
it's not necessary. You're not gonna see anything else. You're just gonna take the coupons out, and they're gonna toss everything else, or use it for their puppies' Pampers or whatnot.
Yeah, because they don't look at it as
they don't. They just pull out
They just look at the coupons.
Yeah, the coupons and use the rest for whatever at the house, cleaning windows. And that's all.
I heard about that. I heard it's good too for the windows.
I was actually talking with Ernesto about that the other day, because we were trying to figure out different options of advertising, and one thing came up about doing paper or stuff like that. I'm like, okay, what do you do when you get your mail? You just go through the mail, look at the envelopes, and toss everything else away, right?
True.
We call it spam mail.
Yeah, spam mail.
So
new generation of spam.
So the way I saw it is like, why would I want to, put money towards that when I know what people do? Because I do it, because he does it, because I'm pretty sure you do it.
I do it. I didn't even see it. I was just like,
so why would I want to invest money into that when I know it's gonna go straight to the trash?
Yeah, and to target, specifically locations where the older generations are at, that'd be really difficult, because it's not like they're just living in one spot. They're spread out, and to be able to do that investment, it's not really worth it.
Yeah, I think it's just pointless now. A lot of people are still putting a lot of money into it, investing a lot of money into it, and it's just going to garbage. Might as well just get the bucket right here of garbage, flame it up, put
if
some
you
money.
do that, call me, give me the money.
Yeah, I might as well give it to him. At least got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. That's what I look at it too. It's not going to benefit anything no more.
No,
it's nothing. And a lot of people are stuck to that. Like, it's a lot of generations are like that. And I notice you're pretty young for this business. This is not a common business for a young entrepreneur to do this. It's not common. Like, I don't see nobody in the flooring business being that young. How old are you? I know you're younger than me.
I'm gonna be 32. So
32?
I'm not as young as I used to be.
Oh, never mind. You're older than me.
No, but actually, I went to a flooring convention the other day, and yeah, I was probably one of the youngest one there. You know,
Yeah.
you see a lot of gray hair. You see a lot of.
He was
Yeah.
the only spot right there.
Honestly,
I felt out of place because I was the youngest one there.
yeah.
But you know, I'm trying to make a difference.
That's good. That's good. I think for me that would be my biggest motivation is because, like, you're still young. You see all these people like they're in this business and they're trying to do whatever they can. You're already advanced in what they're doing. They're already.
I mean, I did start it young, so that's
You got a good. At least you had a good mentor.
I had a good mentor.
Yeah.
I had my father that taught me everything. He was one of the ones that always told me one thing that I never forgot. He always said, "Do it once, do it right."
That's true.
You know, what did he mean by that? At that point, at that time, I didn't know what he meant by that. But now I do, you know, because now if we don't do it right, we have to go back to do repairs.
Yeah.
And it's costing me more money.
Costing you more money, more time, everything. Your time is money anyway.
So now it's like I try to focus, you know, I tell my teams, hey, do it once, do it right.
Yeah.
You know, and that got in my head, you know. So, and I realized why, you know, because now if they don't do it right, we have to send it back out. And that costs more time, it costs more money, and it makes the customers upset. So we try not to do that.
Yeah.
We try to do a perfection of a job that we can do so we don't have to go back unless they're calling us to do other projects.
Yeah. No, it's right, because in the end, if you go back, you're still wasting your time. You're wasting a product. You're wasting gas, especially the gas right now skyrocketing. It's crazy out here.
The only time we do go back 2 or 3 times to a customer's home is like when there's noticeable damage in their floor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that has Kim to go with me to be able to look, you know. But it doesn't really hurt us because we know we want to educate the customer on how to fix that issue.
Yeah.
You know, but that should be the only time when you go
But that's
back.
a reasonable way to come back, at least.
That should be the only time, you know.
No, that's good. That's good. But that makes it a lot better instead of going back and forth and just wasting time, wasting gas, wasting everything. Because your time is valuable. Even though if it's not worth money, it's valuable for... You can be with your family. You can be hanging around. You can be partying. Whatever you want to do.
I don't party anymore. You know, I'm a family man. I have kids, so my parties are at home.
I know you started young, huh?
No, actually, my first kid, I was 27 and a half, so I wasn't too young. Yeah, my kid is only 4 years old, the oldest one. So I kind of wanted to wait until I felt like I was comfortable in life.
Oh, okay.
Where I had something going on for my life.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. At least you feel more comfortable getting into it now.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you know, you're doing everything for your family. You're doing everything for your kids. You know, hopefully we can leave a company well established for our family. You know, if they want to do this or not. Who knows?
That's good. You're trying to pass this to your...
Well, you know, I got my knowledge. I got my, you know, everything from my dad. So I'm hopefully I can leave that for my kids too if they want to do this.
To proceed it, yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Because I think it's a growing business still. Like, I don't think it's going to go anywhere else. There's no robots going to put in floors right now. Or,
you know, we noticed an increase even through COVID.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that was going to be a good subject too. But keep going.
Yeah, we actually noticed that since there was a lot more people at home, now they saw the reality of their floors. Mm-hmm. So now they were calling us, hey, we needed this floor, you know, replaced. We need it done now. Because now I'm here. Now I can see everything.
Yeah.
Now I see it every day now, you know.
It's annoying now.
It's annoying that I step right here and it's squeaking or the plank is loose or something, you know, or they have water damage where there's buckling and they're like, okay, I need to change it. Any type of remodeling, it boomed up right here through COVID. Anytime.
You think that helped in COVID situation? How was your business in COVID? I know it wasn't good for everybody, but I know some businesses benefited a lot. For ours, we benefited a lot. Yeah.
Some companies did, some companies didn't.
Yeah.
I think anything that has to do with online benefited. A lot of the companies that have to do with home renovation benefited because now everybody wants to do something. So I think we were one of the lucky ones to still be good.
That's good.
We didn't have to shut down the doors, you know. I mean, just like every company, we were scared, you know, not knowing where.
Yeah,
it was gonna
we
go.
were. I was definitely scared. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, what's going on? What am I gonna do?
I had
Like,
just started with you too, huh?
We
I had
had-
just started with him, and I'm like, oh my god, I just switched, and then
We had just gotten our showroom or warehouse
Yeah.
a month before
his
it all
sales
started.
rep.
So we had invested a lot of money in
Because nobody expected it was what in the beginning of the year, right? Everybody was excited
I
to
think
do
it
it.
was like
2020 when it started, because that's I believe it was December 19 was it?
No, it started being popular. It started getting known
Oh,
like
yeah,
in
no,
January,
actually.
February. Or
Yeah,
February.
that's when.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
I'm
That's
thinking
when it
the
started
year
going viral.
after.
And people started hearing about it, and we actually got this location at the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah.
So it was like a few, not even 30 days, you know,
Yeah.
that
Got
we
my
had
years
gotten this
mixed up.
place.
How long has it been that it's been COVID? 3 years already?
So,
I don't even know.
19,
I don't
20,
even-
and 21, right?
no, the beginning of 20.
Was
Yeah, it's
it?
in the beginning of 20. I think you just said 19 because it was in December, right?
Oh, yeah, because I thought I started in, what's it called? Because he started your company on 19 February, right?
May of 2019.
Yeah, and then, May of 20, then, it didn't begin until, wasn't it active already in 2019? Or was it
It was at the
January?
beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year
I
of,
I think in the beginning of the year, it started trending. I
on
think it started
2020,
trending.
or?
It started trending in the United States. Everybody started knowing it.
Yeah, it was in March,
Like
January,
February.
Or February.
February, something like that.
February, March is when it started going.
Because when I heard on the news, I heard that in December was when they let the first guy from San Francisco drive all the way to Placerville, and he had COVID.
Yeah.
That's what I heard on the news.
I remember I was keeping track on that too.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
and
shoot.
I'm like, all right, we have it.
People are saying like, oh, this guy just came out positive in Vacaville. Oh, this guy just came out positive in Davis. Like, oh shit, it's getting closer.
I'm like, did the guy make pit stops to eat or something?
Yeah, that thing was scary, especially like when it started. The state? The state closed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that thing sucked.
Yeah, we
Alright.
were forced to close down, but luckily we only closed down for about a week.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think we did the same too. We just closed down for a week, and because we're an essential business, so that's the reason we stayed open the whole time. But what about you guys? They just told you like to shut down, or you just open up and just like, man, whatever, I'm gonna do it.
well, also because there's a lot of customers that were afraid of what was going on, so they didn't wanted us to come into their house, you know. So it was more of we respected. We had a lot of contracts going throughout that time, but we had to respect the fact that not everybody wanted us in their house, in their home. So we had to reschedule some of the jobs, you know, to a later time. At the end of the day, it's more of making our customers feel comfortable. So same
That's
thing
good,
we had
that's
to do, you know, even though there's contracts in place, we kind of just forgot about the contract and
You
kind of
respected
made
that their decision, but
yeah.
that's good. That's good.
So yeah, we were down for about a week, but then after that, everybody started calling us again, and we got right back on it. And,
That's good.
And we've been pretty busy ever since.
Especially they got the stimulus check on everything. They're like, hey, you know, we're gonna spend it all. Yeah, people are spending money like left and like crazy.
Yeah.
What was your experience about COVID? Did you ever have it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did, but I had it in the first year,
The first year?
I believe. Yeah.
Was it 2020
No.
or 19?
Whatever the first year was. I know I had it,
2020.
and it was, you know,
What month was it? You remember?
March. I can't remember. I just know I had it, and it was just the worst 2 weeks ever. I couldn't breathe, you know. I was like gasping for air, and you know what I tell everybody, the black holes. Those they burn everything, you know.
Yeah.
No, those would let me sleep.
You know, I never got it.
You never got it?
No.
Damn, you lucky.
Not even my family.
Well, some are just, you know, carriers. You know, you
Yeah.
get all that information, and they don't feel any symptoms. You know.
Do you know how you got it?
I think my sister, because she went out to a party, and then she came back, and
Yeah.
that's when I started feeling bad, and I was like, oh man.
That's the good thing about being a stay-at-home dad. I don't go partying, so
Well, I was staying home
Well,
too,
I
but I
mean,
still got sick.
what I do, I mean,
Well, I
even though I'm
wasn't home, I was
single
in
and I
shop.
have no kids, all I do is just home work gym, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. That's you know, take my dog for a walk. That's the most I party, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and how I wasn't expecting to get that. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it, you know, not from a family member, you know.
I can't expect, to be honest, because I was around like all the people, like customers will come in all the time. Like there was at least 60 people a day, 40, 80 people a day coming in all day. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get it from one of these customers. I know it. And the crazy thing, I didn't get it from them. I got it from my coworker.
I never expected. You least expected, right? Where you least expected.
And we always buy a bunch of food and we were sharing stuff.
Oh.
And I one day he told me, I was like, man, I feel sick. And I was like, you know what? I don't really get sick that much. And what happened? Like 3 days later, I got so bad. I came out positive and everything. He came out like, no, first he came out positive after like 4 days, and I was like, fuck, I might have it too. And yeah, like in like about a week, I got sick, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna go get tested. And it came out positive. That shit sucked.
No.
Bro, that was the worst experience too. My worst experience. What was the worst experience on COVID?
Just like I said, the breathing.
The breathing?
The breathing, it would ache. Not being able to breathe. It felt, like when you're drowning.
Mm-hmm.
When you're drowning, where you can't even breathe. So, what's it called? I would take really hot showers in order to be able to get rid of that feeling.
Yeah, I was the opposite, bro. I took some cold showers because my body was just hot.
No, mine was really cold, and it would hurt my whole back. I couldn't move.
Yeah, I couldn't move either. I feel like an old man. Literally felt like an old man. I don't know if you have that.
Yeah. And
I was really touching the walls to walk, bro.
Other than the halls, what really, what it's gonna sound weird to you, but what really made it was these tacos that my mom brought. They had hella habanero pepper. I said, I don't care. I'm hungry, because all of a sudden I started feeling hungry, and I ate it and just clear everything.
At least you were hungry. I wasn't hungry.
Well, I couldn't eat. All I was drinking was those Pedialytes. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
The Sueros.
Yeah.
That's all I could drink in order to not dehydrate.
Yeah.
And they were telling me, go to the hospital. I'm like, nope. I'm more afraid of the hospital than
You go into the hospital, you don't come out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what everybody was talking about too.
I was like, nope. I'm because I've heard that what's it called? A lot of people, like distant family members, they had it too, and three went to the hospital. And the only one that survived was the wife.
Damn.
Yeah, so it really sucks. So I was like, I'm not gonna go to the hospital if I get it. So I got it. They didn't go to the hospital. And
yeah, no, it's a scary situation.
it is, they put you on machines, and it's just, you don't know if you're gonna come out or not.
Especially so new, and you're like hearing all these news like, oh, they're dying and all that stuff. Like, damn, I'm gonna die too.
Yeah.
No, it's a scary situation for sure. For me, I just hated it. I had cold sweats? Fuck, those cold sweats were terrible, bro. They were terrible. I would be laying down like this, and I move like that, and I'll be hella hot. I move like that, and I would fucking be freezing cold. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, good thing you never had it. It's a terrible situation. It's terrible. All right, guys. Well, I think we're good for the podcast. We had a little conversation in the end. What do you guys say? How was the podcast? How do you feel about the podcast?
At first, I felt nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm I told you stage fright, right? But I felt we started getting more comfortable. He started talking to us. It was questions I already knew how to answer, so it wasn't like I stutter a lot,
Yeah.
So it's good, Any recommendations you give us to better ourselves at speaking and all that stuff, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yes, that's one thing that we're definitely working on. This is the first time we've been on anything.
Yeah. No, honestly, bro, I think the podcast is a lot more easier than being in front of the video. In front of the video, now you have to script it. You have to figure out what you're going to say and everything. But I don't really script anything that I record because it's on my mind. I already know what to say. So that's always something that you can practice. Just if you already know what you say, might as well say it. Just think about it as a customer. Like it's a common theme for you. You're always saying this, repeating the same thing, and that's what I look at it. So that's something pretty cool. But the podcast is a lot more like an interview. You're chatting, you're talking, you're communicating. Like we can be talking normal like this. We could have a normal conversation without the microphone, without the camera.
Yeah.
And this is the same thing that we're doing. But now you're being recorded. Now you're in the camera. Now you.
Yeah. There's no right there. I was gonna ask you, can I give out my number in case you need information?
Yeah, give the information. Whatever you want to say.
if you guys need information, we're always glad to help. You can give us a call at 916-571-2224, or my cell phone number. I'm the estimator or sales representative. It's 916-896-4301.
Give me your name.
And Ernesto Guerrero.
I don't even know any of the numbers.
All right, just give them the website at
But the
least.
website is going to be Crestview Flooring Services.com, where you can get a lot of information, fill out the form, and we can get in touch with you when we get your information.
That's how you know this guy's busy. You don't know the phone numbers.
I normally don't call myself, so I get customers that are telling me, "Oh, what's your number?" I'm like, I don't know. Let me look it up.
And since I have to give out my number, I have to memorize my number.
I memorize my numbers too because it's just like, man, they always ask for me, so I have to. No, but that's good. Well, Dad, that's it. That's a podcast. It's easy, right? What you think about the podcast? You still nervous?
No, I'm not nervous anymore. I guess it's just I got over it today. We'll see how it goes another day.
Didn't I tell you earlier, like, bro, don't be nervous. It's gonna be good. It's chill. It's gonna be just talking.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's all in your head, bro. It's all in your head. It's like you feel like, oh shit, I'm feeling pressured.
All right, I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah.
Ready for the next one too.
It's fun too. I've been on another podcast, and it was way different, bro. Way different. The one of the podcasts that I had, I feel like I was intimidated. I was being interviewed like one-on-one, so it's different. But now that we talk and everything, we engage, it's different. The other guy was more like, "What do you do?" Like no person.
Sorry, that
like,
just cracked me up. It's like, what are you doing? Just stay serious. Like
no laughing, no conversating, no jokes, nothing. He was like, "What do you do for like?" I
don't know. I drive a truck.
I just drive. I live life. Work. I don't know. But now that's just something that's different from other podcasts that I've been into.
Yeah.
So
we're just trying to get better at this so we can make it more fun, make it more enjoyable, more knowledgeable, so that everybody can get,
like the thing that I recommend for you guys, you know how we start laughing and right? We start engaging, we start communicating. I recommend that doing to your customer too. Same exact thing that we're talking. Exactly.
Oh, we
same
do.
Thing.
Always.
Oh, we do.
Always.
We do. We always try to make
Yeah.
it fun,
Yeah.
And customers, we notice that customers actually like that,
Yeah, they
so
like that.
we don't want to make it too fun because then it kind of gets off course.
Nah,
you know,
it's like, okay. it's
like you're just joking around, or you're
Yeah.
just But we like to throw out things here and there to make it a little bit more, break the ice, to make it more enjoyable for both us and the customer, because we don't know each other.
Yeah.
So we don't want to make it feel like we're just out there to sell you something. No, we want you to gain your trust, so that we can actually work something out. So we like to throw little jokes here and there to make it fun.
No, that's good. That's good. And I think that's my recommendation just for being in the video. Just give it a little. Just be yourself.
A little oomph.
Yeah. Just be yourself. To be completely honest, you don't have to be. You don't put another face. Pretend like you're someone else. Be yourself, because in the end, you're gonna be yourself. You can't have that face all your life. You can't have that fake face all the time.
Well, I try not to be myself because myself is really serious. So if I was myself, it probably wouldn't work that well. So I have to kind of make it a little bit better.
You're still engaging. You're talking. That's yourself right now. That's you being yourself. You're still laughing. So that's still good. Well, guys, I think that'd be it. Thank you for checking out the podcast. We're
really
checking
good.
out the website. Give them the phone number again.
916-571-2224 and 916-896-4301.
And visit our website. It's going to be CrestviewFlooringServices.com.
And what address can they find you?
They can find us at 5740 Roseville Road, Suite E.
That's how you know he's never here. He got to see.
He's always working.
I have to look over there to see the address.
All right, guys. So thank you.
We do finance too.
Oh yeah, let's talk about finance.
Yeah, we actually do.
You know what? We missed out on all that. Yeah, we still got it going.
Well, we actually have two different options. We have Synchrony, and we have another company that we just got, so we can give different options. Usually, with one of them, we can do even 0% financing. Which
I'm about to hop on there right now.
Yes,
Where's
sure.
the contract?
Give me your address. I'll give you an estimate real quick.
Yeah.
So talk about that too.
So we just like to have different options to make it easier for the customers. Even though maybe you do have the money available, if I offer you really good financing options, it's a better way to do it, because you're gonna have that same. You're gonna save that money there for other projects.
Yeah.
And
It could also help your credit. Even if you don't want to spend that money, you can leave that same money, pay that credit off, and it's going to raise your credit. All that when it comes to financing.